Hello, today I'm Jahja Uwizeye, and this is my sister.
Sahfi and Jahja.
And today we're going to be interviewing
Titus Underwood.
All right.
So, Mr. Titus, first question. What age did you start playing?
I was 10 years old when I started playing.
Okay. How many states or countries have you played in?
A lot. I do not know the exact number, but a lot of different places. I would have to take time to count all
Next question. Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? I don't know if there's any specific people that inspire me, but I'm inspired by my colleagues. I'm inspired by my teachers. I'm inspired by, composers that inspire me. So I don't have any specific besides like my mother, my sister, my family. And my wife. Those are specific inspirations. But all the people that I surround around me, my friends and musicians. So.
All right. What is your motivation?
Just to get better at my craft, be excellent at what I do, be well researched at what I do. That's what motivates me each day. It's just I want to do justice to. I believe I had a gift that was given to me, and started out pretty decent with it, and I just want to do it justice. I want to work at it and make it great, because when you have something or you believe you have a talent, people recognize that you have a talent. It is your duty to then refine that talent. So, yeah.
Okay, great. What is your ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal? I don't know if I have one particular ultimate goal. I have goals that I've reached. I've reached a lot of the goals that I want to reach, but I want to continue to kind of build new things in the space that I live in. I live in the classical music world, which sometimes can be kind of rigid. There are a lot of things that are changing depending on what scene you're in. But I'm interested in building a future that is new, innovative, and fresh. And I'm all about preserving those things that need to be preserved as well, because I live in both worlds. But I'm very interested in seeing new, innovative things. So I would say that's my in an abstract way, that would be my goal. Yeah, or one of my goals.
Amazing.
Okay. So, what does Titus Underwood do in his spare time?
Besides practice. I don't know. Practice spare time. That's work. I hang out with my wife. We watch movies. We go to different restaurants. We go for hikes, stuff like that. Walks. I like cycling. Things like that. I like video games. I grew up with that, so I like to read a lot. I like to read different books. So that I would say that's my spare time. Right now, it's been mainly reading books. That's my alone spare time. Yeah.
Okay. What school did you graduate from?
I graduated from the Cleveland Institute of Music for my undergrad, the Juilliard School for my master's, and then I got an artist diploma from the Coleman School in Los Angeles.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Is music a family tradition that you will pass on?
Yes, it's just complicated. So I joke with my wife Amanda all the time about music is a very, especially classical music, I call it an artistic sport sometimes. There is a competitive element to it. They're very small, at least institutionally, there are not a ton of jobs. So it can be very competitive. And I do want the musical tradition to be passed on. I say, maybe the music would be in our kids and we can't stop it from being in them. So I would facilitate that. As far as a career music, I don't know. It depends how bad they want to do it. But I'm like, go into STEM. Amanda, she's a doctor, so I'm like, go do that. But yeah, if they have a burning passion to do that, then absolutely. But I love mentoring young people and seeing them grow. So I guess I'm passing along in that way to students and other people that I mentor.
Okay. Have you always wanted to be a musician?
Yes. I always wanted to be a musician, but like any other kid, I had other stuff. I wanted to be an astronaut. Who didn't want to be an astronaut? I wanted to be a figure skater when I was younger. I just love watch figure skating. I'm like 6'2" now, so I don't know. I'm too tall for figure skating. But there were other things I had interest in. I was very, very serious baseball player. So at one point I wanted to play baseball seriously, but music kind of stole my heart. So my family comes from a tradition of musicians. So I think music is the thing that I wanted to go, because that's the thing I was around the most. It's the thing that influenced me the most. So I pretty much saw myself going a route of art. So that's what I enjoy doing what I do. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Do you have a favorite musician, and if so, who?
Favorite musician. It just depends on the genre of music I'm talking about.
I've always thought that. It depends on the genre.
It's a genre thing. So if I'm talking hip hop, which I would say is my first love of music, I would say it would be Nas, Black Thought, MF Doom, early Kanye West, Common, Outkast, like my generation, like David Banner. Like, those are people that I really like as far as hip hop is concerned. I mean, I'm sure I'm probably Kendrick Lamar, I'm missing others, but there's a ton on that list of hip hop. If I'm talking, I don't know, if I'm talking jazz, I love Miles Davis, I love John Coltrane, I love Bill Evans. I mean, I love a lot of different people, a lot of different musicians. If I'm talking classical, like what I grew up listening to, it would be like the oboe players I grew up listening to, like John Mack, my teacher Lane DeVos. I love Fredo. I promote a lot of Fredo's music. I love Jessie Montgomery. She's very inspiring. I love William Dawson. So, or Margaret Bonds. Nathaniel Dett is one of my favorites. So, I can go from genre to genre to genre to genre to depending on what I'm listening for. So I love Erykah Badu. I love India Arie. So it just depends on what I'm listening to. Yeah.
Mood for that day.
Exactly. My mood for that day. I'm usually in a hip hop mood. Most of the time, if I'm hopping in my car, it's gonna be hip hop most of the time. So I'm just like one of those rap people who just love lyrics. So Lupe Fiasco, all that stuff. I love just lyrics. So.
Speaking of genre of music, what is your favorite genre of music?
Hip hop. So hip hop, classical. It depends. Like, I play a lot of classical music and I love classical music. It just depends on what. I don't know. It's interesting. For me, it's equal between hip hop and classical. It's literally equal. I play classical music, but I love hip hop the same. I would say hip hop kind of. I grew up in gospel in hip hop, so like. I have very strong roots in gospel music as well. So I love God. As I've gotten older, I love gospel music. Like, I appreciate it. When I was younger, I didn't appreciate it as much, but I appreciate it more now as I've gotten older. But I would still say that probably now to the day I pass on, but probably hip hop. If I were to listen to the last track of my life, it'd probably be like a collage between hip hop and classical music. So it's both. It's both, to be honest, as far as favorite genres I've listened to. But what I listen to in my ears most of the time, but outside of playing, is hip hop. It's influenced me, and it's not just the music. It's like the culture of it. I'm not talking about like commercial. I like some commercial, but not a lot. But I'm a person who's a study of the craft of it, like the way it's put together, the instruments, the history of it. So I've learned a lot about the history of hip hop and things like that.
Yeah, so. Hip hop, I've read, is one of the ways that we use to like escape from, like, say you lived in like a poor area, that was your way of escaping and trying to be like the people who were doing the rapping. And,
Yeah, I mean, I think these people are some of the best poets of our time. So I do think Nas would be counted as, or Jay-Z, or Lupe Fiasco, or Royce the 5'9", or MF Doom. All these people would be people who are studied. The only reason people don't study them is because of how they look at the genre. I mean, these people are masters of words. So the way words are bent, syllables are bent, and it's put in rhythm and complicated rhythms and in this type of hypnotic type of way is one of the most influential cultures around the planet. Yet it's not acknowledged in the academic sense, truly. So that, to me, it transcends any culture that's out there. So I really appreciate the craft of that, because I think they're just as great of artists as any other artist who does anything. I mean, people think classical music's at the top, as far as artistic expression and the intricacy of creating something. But I think hip hop are at those same levels, and like any other art form that people really, really learn and study it and do it well. So I respect the art itself. Yeah.
All right. Enough of the hip hop talk. Even though it was great. Are we going to be hearing of any children soon?
Wow, we're coming to the children. I didn't expect that one. Any children? Yeah, there are children to come for sure. We've been talking about it, so yeah, it will be very soon. So, but not right now, not at this moment. But yeah, there will definitely be children. So for sure.
Well, thank you for allowing us to interview you.
You're welcome.
Really enjoyed it and learned a lot.
Thank you very much. All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.